Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. These readings are totally free. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And, oh, joy, 9 of Cups, happiness. Pursuing your bliss, right? Pursuing your happiness, following your bliss, right? This is abundance and joy on the physical, financial, mental, emotional, and spiritual creative planes. This is a happy life, okay? I think you are always the optimist, okay? I feel like you're not doubting. I feel like you're not, it seems like you're not worried, okay? Feels like you know that your life is getting better and better and better. You know what you want out of life. You know what's going to make you happy. You know how to define happiness for yourself. Okay? Let's see what's going on here. This, oh, what a relief. I love this. That's beautiful. And a 10 of Pentacles, 9 to a 10. Oof, very good. But you know what? Going from a 9 to a 10, it's like you're leaving a little bit of room. It's like you're not over full. It's like you've gone to the buffet, but you didn't eat too much. Because there's always going to be a little bit of room for dessert, right? And so I feel like we always have something more that we're working on, something more that we're interested in. I feel like following your bliss is a lifestyle. It's not like a goal, I just want to follow my bliss. It's a way of life. You know, happiness is a way of life. It's not a state of being necessarily, right? I love this. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles. You have a Prince of Wands, a 3 of Wands, a 9 of Pentacles too. Well, see, now that tells me that the dynamic is true, because the 9s are the odd numbers, right? 9s are functions, not states. This is the ideal state of life. This is your best life, your Big Rock Candy Mountain. This is the picture of your best life, okay? The 9s are the lifestyle. You're living the happy and successful life because you always have goals. And this is kind of like every time you get close to this, it just scooches back a little bit. But that's the joy. That's the following of your bliss, right? That's the lifestyle where you're never fully content with anything. There's always, and I mean that in the best way possible, right? There's always more to life. There's always more. I'm never like bored. It's never like I got nothing to do, nothing I want to do, nothing interests me. I know. I feel like you always have more fun things that you want to do. There's always more to learn. There's always new ways to grow. Life can always expand, expand, expand. That's the thing about the 10 of Pentacles. It's not a finish line. It's open-ended. Okay? Like I tell my daughter, if you can count to 10, you can count to infinity if you want. This is a 20 of Pentacles. It's 100 of Pentacles. It's 1,000 Pentacles. There's no limit. It's up to you, you know? And I think that that sort of gives us a little bit of I don't know, it lets us relax a little bit, you know, because it's like, okay, well, there will always be a little bit more to life as much as I want to pursue. So I don't have to have the anxiety, you know, and I certainly don't have to worry about, well, what happens if I get to my goal and then I'm bored and I'm kind of, you know, I lose the excitement after that, right? There's always more that we can pursue. There's always more to learn. There's always more books to read. There's always more skills. There's always more people to meet and places to see. Over here we have the universe, see? The infinite expansion, the limitless universe, the infinite universe. We have the Moon card. We have the Hierophant and an Ace of Cups. Ooh, this is good. This really is a gold mine of cards here for you. This is excellent energy. We're going to select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down, right there. And we're going to put our very own Kelly Kapoor right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need, okay, at the end of the reading. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Yeah. Now, Spirit's saying something about a new, like, cookware set. I don't know if it's like pots and pans or something like this, but you just got something new. I wonder if that's kind of part of this life that we're leading. If we are, you know what I realized? Hang on a second. I missed a card. Whoa, that's never happened before. This was supposed to go here, 1, 2, and then this one, I forgot to put a card here in the middle. Maybe we do something different. Maybe we use a different deck for that card. Yeah. Why don't we put an angel number in that position? I think that would be pretty rad. The cookware set, yeah, I don't know why Spirit's showing me that image, but I feel like maybe you're learning, you're kind of saying like, I'm going to start cooking now. You know, I'm going to learn, I'm going to become a chef. So let's put an angel number in this position. We have 111, the intuition. Moderation, patience, flow, clarity, joy, movement, self-realization, taking action, unconditional love. It says it's time to implement long-cherished ideas. You're on the right track toward making your dreams and your vision a reality. The right people, circumstances, and resources are being set in your way. Happiness and new opportunities are at hand. Trust the process. Trust your intuition. Right? 111, the intuition. Follow that intuition. If something interests you, go after it. And also what we see with the 9 plus the ace is the 10. It's kind of like saying, I'm living a happy life because I always have something that I care about. I always have something that I'm interested in, something that I want to do. It's kind of like we're never, I don't know, I feel such a cheer in you. I feel like you're never bored. You're never just like, life sucks. I feel like you're always excited about something. You know, it's kind of like when you wake up in the morning, I can't wait to go to work and really put in the effort and make some money and do a good job. And then it was like, I can't wait to go home and cook dinner. I can't wait to go home and see the dog or like see the family or I can't wait for that walk outside. I can't wait for the rain tonight, you know, that sort of thing. It's like there's always something that makes your heart feel alive, you know, feel activated. I feel like your cup is very full right now. I really do, and it feels really, really good. So anyway, as we look around the room, we see a series of major arcana energies here. We see the Hierophant. The Hierophant's kind of what we're not really looking forward to. This is what we kind of don't want, because this is a card of conformity. This is a card of somebody else telling you what should your happiness look like. Okay, and we're saying, well, no. I mean, I might have to kind of I might have to look at some other people a little bit and see like, okay, well, what's out there? What are other people doing? But this is my life. You know, this is your dream. This is your happiness. It's not going to look like everybody else's, because the Hierophant is this so-called wisdom coming from outside. Somebody else telling us what is sacred. Somebody else telling us what the happy life is. Like if I were to sit here and tell you, okay, well, the happy life is having a car, having the white picket fence, having the 2.5 kids, having the dog and the cat, having a group of friends and football on Sundays or something. That's happiness, right? Well, no, it's not. Not for everybody, right? I don't know anybody that has that in their life or that would be happy with that kind of a life, you know? So the Hierophant is kind of like this cookie cutter standard that you're rejecting. I think your bliss is your bliss. I'm not going to tell you what's going to make you happy. You need to know that. And I think you do. Okay. You have the Moon card in the position of your environment or your relationships. I feel like what you really like is you like maybe the pleasure of pursuit. You like the happiness of following your bliss. You like going out into the unknown. Maybe you like going outdoors. You like hiking. You like traveling to new places, meeting new people. Right? I feel like it's the adventure of the unknown. It's the allure of the unknown. It's a little bit scary. It's a little bit dangerous. It's like when I was younger, I liked to move a lot. I'd always like get an apartment here, and then I'd move across town, or I'd move a couple towns over, because I liked the newness of things. I liked, wow, a new neighborhood. I got to find my way around. I got to figure out like where my favorite gas station's going to be, and like, where the cool parks are and where the stores are going to be. Like I really loved going to a new city or a new town. And I used to travel for work a lot, right? I worked for a legal discovery firm out in California. And for a while there, I was in the field. I was driving around every day. And I'd love it when I'd get to go to these new towns that I'd never been to before. Some really big, crowded cities, and other ones, little small, dusty towns with only like 20 people. And it was such a novelty. Okay? So I feel like I wonder if the mystery card's going to be the Fool now. Because I feel like that's part of the attraction of your life is doing new things and always trying to expand your conception of what the good life is. Yeah, so I feel like you love the adventure, and you love the unknown. You love the uncertainty of life. Yeah, the uncertainty. Anyway, you also have the Universe card. I feel like you have this infinite potential, right? You're very self-motivated. Very self-motivated. Anyway, we got our major arcana. We have a couple of fire cards, a couple of water cards. We don't have any air cards. We got a couple of earth cards. Instead of the air cards, what do you have? You have intuition. So we're not overthinking it. We're not worried. We don't have doubts. We don't have confusion. We're not second-guessing our life. We're following our gut, following our intuition. And guess what? It's never going to steer you wrong. It's never going to steer you wrong. Yeah, we need moderation and patience and clarity and movement and all this kind of stuff. You're making your dreams and your visions a reality by following your intuition here. And your intuition sometimes leads you into the dark, scary forest. That sounds fun. Let's go camping, right? Let's bring some marshmallows. Let's have a good time. What you're not going to do is play it safe, and that's kind of what the Hierophant is advising always, right? So you have the 9 and the 10. I feel like you understand what you're always expanding on the idea of what your happy life will be. I think that you're always, you're only limited by like your imagination and maybe by resources, okay? So it's kind of like we have to sort of cherish the work that we do that gives us the means to pursue our dreams and our adventures, and we need the money, right, to facilitate a lot of this stuff. But I think even in your work or whatever it is that you do for money, I feel like there is a lot of joy there as well. Like I said with the 9 of Cups, there's joy and abundance on the physical, financial, mental, emotional, and spiritual creative planes. So I feel like this is really an ultimate fulfillment. I feel like you are fulfilling your potential, and it's like the bigger you grow into your potential, the more it sort of stretches out, and you say, well, I'm capable of even more. I'm capable of, there's no limit to your potential, right? And so we're living this life of always sort of, I feel like you're going to be 100 years old and you're going to say, I'm going to learn how to scuba dive, or, I'm going to learn a new language suddenly. Or let's go travel, to some unknown place that we've never been to before. Because I feel like this 10 of Pentacles it's always growing and evolving. It looks like a static card. Some readers will say that this is the finish line. Oh, great, you're reaching the finish line, end of the road. Congratulations, you made it, right? But I think that's kind of like, yay, now what am I going to do? Now that's it. I'm bored. I still got a few hours here in this life. What am I going to do now? So I feel like we're expanding on this. We're saying, well, I know what. I'm just going to I'm going to extend the rules a little bit. I'm going to make the game go extra innings just because I'm having fun playing. When I was a kid, I played Little League Baseball. And I used to really hate it when the games would end. And I loved it when the games would go into extra innings. Even just watching baseball, I used to love that. I don't want it to end. I'm having so much fun, and I don't want it to end. And even if that means I'm working hard, I'm out here, I'm sweating. I used to slide into the base all the time, and I'd scrape up my leg a lot. I still have the scars on my knees from sliding in on that gravelly infield. But even if it's challenging and hard, and it's taking a lot out of us, we enjoy life. We don't want it to end. So we're going to find ways to sort of add this. I'm just going to tack on another goal. You're playing cards with your family, and you don't want the game to end, so you just sort of say, well, let's keep it going, right? We like those games that don't end, right? And they'll just keep going and going and going until we decide, yeah, you know what? I want to do something else. I want to do something different. I want to slow down. I want to just take it easy. I don't want to go outside and do anything. Maybe I just want to sit and catch up on all my old TV shows. That we've been outside doing a lot of activities for a long time. Now I want to do something else. I want to maybe watch all these shows. I have a whole list of TV shows that I don't get to watch. I still haven't watched the rest of Silo. I still haven't finished the next season of Severance. Like, all these things are starting to build up. But it's exciting, because they're new, and it's almost like we want to kind of keep them for another time in a way. Down beneath the surface, you have this very self-motivated Prince of Wands. Okay, I think that your action is more important than your perfection. I think that you just want to be active and healthy and vibrant. I feel like you're always going to be like 25 years old. I don't know how old you are now. I'm a little bit older than that, but I feel like this is that vitality. You know how you kind of have your metabolic age. I'm 44. I don't think I've ever said that out loud. I'm 44, but like my metabolic age is probably like 50. I got a little bit of work to do, but I feel like in your soul, in your spirit, you feel like you're like 25, right? Because I feel like you have a youthful vibrance about you. And I feel like you're always ready to have an adventure. Sometimes we do need to slow down, and this card is a good reminder of that. We're not looking to do things perfectly. We're looking to have a good time doing it and feel like we're doing something worthwhile. The Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. These are cards that show that we're finding meaning in what we're doing. We're traveling a life. The whole life is a path with heart for you. It doesn't matter what you're doing. I think what you're doing is going to change over time. Because again, on every plane of being, in every dimension, okay, you're finding success and abundance. Things are working out for you in a very good way here. The Three of Wands in the background. I think that you've learned a lot of lessons in life. I feel like you're probably my age or a little bit older. I feel like you've been through the ringer. I feel like you've been really pushed and challenged by life. I almost wonder if there was a medical thing that happened when you were young, or something that I feel like there's something serious that you had to overcome in life. Yeah, and I think that and maybe this was more recent than I'm sort of feeling. But I feel like it made you look at life differently. It made you understand yourself a little bit more. The Three of Wands is a card of gnosis, self-gnosis. Like, I know who I am. I know what I'm all about. I know what kind of life I want to live. And guess what, Hierophant? I don't have to do what everybody else does. I don't have to compare my happiness with somebody else's happiness. I'm living the life I want to live. Yeah. And I think it's maybe because I don't know, maybe it was a bad situation. I feel like it was some kind of an illness or something like that you had to overcome. But it taught you a lot about yourself. It taught you a lot about your strength, about what you are capable of, and what you're not going to put up with anymore, what you're not going to waste time doing anymore. Okay. And you used to work in fast food, right? Or the food industry in some way. You worked with food. The Nine of Pentacles up here at the top, you're somebody who is willing to put in the work. You're not just waiting for happiness to come and land in your lap. Like, you want to get up and pursue it. This card is about work. This card is about gain. This card is about seeing the visible signs of progress in every dimension of your life: physical, financial, mental, emotional, spiritual, creative. I feel like you're living a very well-rounded life. It's not oval shaped. It's not oblong, right? It's a nice spherical life, because I think that you have a very sort of routine physical fitness kind of practice. I think you have it kind of maybe goes in line with your spiritual practice. You probably do yoga or stretching, meditation. I feel like you are focused on healthy relationships, trying to be there for your friends and form strong bonds. I feel like you're very open, you're very honest. I feel like you're a hard worker. I feel like you know how to save money, but you know how to spend it too, don't you? And I feel that you like to study, you like to read, you like to see progress. You like to kind of see that you're like, you're growing in all these different ways. I don't think it's as rigid as like you're making checklists and say, okay, I read that book, check. I read that book, check. It's more of an experience, more of a feeling, right? That you feel every day you're getting better and better. Every day things are improving. I feel like your life is going in the right direction all together as a whole sphere. Maybe the mystery card will be the sun card. I feel like you're this whole sphere, the solar sphere, that is traveling forward and making progress in every area of your life. It's because you're following your intuition. This is the way forward for you. You're always following this intuition. And Spirit's saying that you like comedy, or you watch like a lot of those comedy podcasts or something like that. I don't know. I don't watch too much of that stuff. My wife does. You should ask her over at Ula Tea Leaf Readings. Maybe you guys can compare or trade podcasts or something. But I feel like the comedy podcast is right up your alley. Yeah. Path of the Serpent. Let's talk about these cards. We have the infinite potential of the universe. Yeah. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. The readings are totally free. The universe card is the restriction of boundaries. We feel like our life is limitless. I feel like if I put in the work, if I work hard, if I do certain things, I can do anything I want in life. I want to be an astronaut, go be an astronaut. Any dream I have, I can pursue it. I'm going to follow my intuition, and it's going to lead me to things that really matter to me, things that have purpose and meaning for me, and then I'm going to have an impact on the world, and I'm going to continue to grow. And I feel like you are contributing to the joy and beauty of the world just by the way you live your life. I feel like you have a great smile, right? I think people tell you that. You have a really great smile. And there's like you have something in your yard. It's either like a bird bath or like a statue or something. I don't know, maybe do you sit outside a lot, like just kind of like watching the animals? Yeah. I feel like you're very outdoorsy. This is the card of, again, limitless potential. This is also the card that kind of says, I don't need to have a direction in life. You know what I mean? Or like, I don't need to have a purpose in life. Life is its own purpose. My whole life is a path with heart. It's kind of like you never thought that you should choose like one career, one place to live. Like you're never about that really fixed and steady kind of one track kind of life. I feel like you've diversified your life. I feel like you have a lot of experience. You've probably traveled to a lot of places. You're probably like me, where you've moved around a little bit. Because again, you like the adventure. You like the idea of kind of, do you ever just get lost on purpose? I feel like we're here having a dance with the universe. And maybe you went to college or university or community college and you didn't pick a major. You said, I just want to go and learn and grow. I can't just pick one thing and stick with it for the rest of my life. I think we're similar in that way. But I kind of think it's a common trait with Geminis. But for you, it's not the stereotypical Gemini indecision or the Gemini overthinking, right? I think for you, it's just like, I am who I am. And I'm not overthinking and I'm not doubting it, right? There's no swords cards here at all, right? You're following your intuition. And one day, your intuition might have you going and studying electrical engineering. And then the next year, the next month, your intuition might have you going and studying marine biology or something, right? Two quite incompatible things, maybe. But I feel like this is giving you such a joy in life to live your life the way you do. Yeah. And I think, again, you're making the world a better place just by your presence. Anyway, the moon card and the environment, to me, it feels like there's kind of a change coming because I feel like you're about to set off on a new adventure. This is a divine doorway. I want to do a doorway card. I feel like you're stepping into the unknown again. And maybe you're about to start a new project, you're about to start a new skill or start learning something new, or you're going to travel to a new place, or maybe you're going to be meeting a new person. Let's see what doorway card we have. A moment's joy. Sand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. Yeah, that really fits in so nicely with our reading, right? Especially with the bliss and the heart and the joy of all these water cards that we have, the 9 and the ace. It's just perfect. Just perfect. So the bliss of the heart's will. So yeah, that's kind of time can stand still. And this is kind of the card of time too, right? So it may feel like we're not worried about anything. We're not dreading the future. We're not lamenting the past. We're just sort of living in the moment, having this infinite spiritual dance with the universe. Yeah. But something is about to shift, I think, in a positive way. A moment's joy. I think you're stepping into the unknown again. I kind of feel like it might be a relationship for you. It might be romance. I'm kind of getting that vibe. It's something that's going to bring you a lot of joy, something that's going to activate your heart again. Okay, we're going to skip over the Hierophant because we already talked about that. It's in the position of what we don't want. We don't want that. We're not going to conform. We're not doing, you're not doing the typical stuff for life. You're not following the cookie cutter sort of plan for most people, okay? You're doing things your own way. And this Ace of Cups here as our outcome card, I think that you're crossing a threshold now into a new unknown territory. You're entering a dark, scary forest that's really going to feel good. It's going to excite you. It's a door to a new adventure. Excuse me. It's a door to a new love. It's just yet another cup for you to pursue another thing that you want to do with your life. Maybe it's going to learn a language. Maybe it's studying a new science, reading a new type of book, learning a new skill, traveling to a new place. I kind of think it's meeting a new person that really is going to be a joy to be with that person. It could be a new friend. It could be a romantic partner, something like that. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card. This is the most extraordinary reading that I've seen. I love these cards. Okay, so for the mystery card, what could it be? Well, maybe another doorway card. It could be a 6 of Cups. It could be a 2 of Cups. It could be the Lover's card. I don't know. It could be a 2 of Pentacles. I think whatever suit we get might indicate what this new adventure is going to be about, right? So let's see what we have. Oh, you can put your prediction in the comments to see if you think you know what it's going to be and see if you're surprised. The Page of Wands. Well, this is the start of a new adventure because you're here. You're polishing your wand. You're getting ready for this new creative thing. To me, it feels like it is a new art form, right? It's a new way of expressing yourself. So maybe not a relationship with another person, although it's probably going to involve other people. But this is kind of like we're going back to white belt. It's kind of like we're starting something new. We're a page. We're a squire. We're a knight in training. We're jumping into something. We're saying, I've never done this before. What do I do? I'm ready. What do I do, right? But I think it's something more creative, more artistic. Maybe you're going to be picking up a new instrument. Maybe it's the cookware from the beginning. Yeah, that could be it. Because this is a kind of an artistic energy. And it's saying, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to have fun learning. Maybe you're going to take an art class. Maybe you're going to take a cooking class. Maybe you're going to do one of those paint a picture and drink wine type of classes or something like that, right? But it's going to be fun anyway. This is a really joyous reading, and I'm very happy that it gets to be for you, all right? We're going to do an extended reading as well. We'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There's a link in the corner. There's a link in the video description. New readings for Gemini on Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. These readings are totally free. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you. I love you. And we're all in this together.